Top Gear Overdrive for the Nintendo 64 has a literal Wienermobile and also a Taco-mobile.
Here we have the Wienermobile, which almost has the same stats as the taco car. But if you take a closer look at the stats, they're all really high, which should mean that this meat behemoth is more than capable of crushing the competition. Well, kinda sorta. The catch is that the stats are so good, they actually make the car a near uncontrollable mess.
World Racing 2 had the Yes Roadster, a mid-engine 2-seat convertible with a VR6.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
The Toyota Pod.
Now this is pod racing.
This isn't really obscure, but I find it funny that in Simpsons Hit and Run, you had the first-gen Audi TT. The game will crash if you try to enter it, so you'll need to destroy the car and then drive the wreck over a wrench pickup to properly drive it. It could have been used for testing, but this would be odd given that it was confirmed that the Red Brick vehicle was a test vehicle. It could also have been cut due to legal obligations. Choro Q features many unusual car body choices for a racing game. I need someone German for this.
Hello, I have been summoned here to present the 1932 Daimler-Benz Panzerspraywagen Sonderkraftfahrzeug 231.
Also in this series, which mainly focuses on cars, there's actually one singular bike throughout the games, the 2003 Suzuki GSX 1300R Hayabusa. The Subaru R2 is a K car produced in 2003 to 2010 and only sold in Japan. It mainly appeared in Drift Spirits and Wonga Midnight Maximum Tune series. You can access it via the shifting code because the 64 horsepower is the maximum horsepower limitation of K cars. The Mitsuoka Orochi, it's pretty much an NSX with a Toyota engine and with very interesting styling. It's also featured to my knowledge in Drift Spirits and Auto Modelista. Also, a fun fact about this, it's the main car used in the Bond copy Spy Hunter on the PS2. The Icona Volcano, a car that is available in Drive Club, and also, it looks fucking ugly. But you know what's also ugly? The performance of your potato-ass PC.
Игровая видеокарта за 17 900.
Luckily for you, today's sponsor Hone aims to fix that performance for you. With how much RAM prices have skyrocketed due to AI farms, Hone is here to help your potato PC survive a bit longer. Hone is a performance optimizer program that helps you extract as much as it can from your rig for the best FPS in games. All you have to do is download the program, and once you boot it up, you can select what to enable. It has a lot of options, or you can just let the program auto pick for you. You select whatever game you want and the preset that works well for you. And if you play online competitive games like I do, they also offer extra pro settings that you can copy. Also, if you're not satisfied with the optimization, you can easily revert all the settings. Hone is used by over 1 million gamers and is featured on the Epic Game Store. Check out their app with the link in the description or pinned comment, and thank you to Hone for sponsoring this video. The Aston Martin Hybrid Hydrogen Rapid S, which can be found in Project Cars 1. It's essentially a racing version of the Rapid made to run on hydrogen. The engine is capable of running on just petrol, just gas with hydrogen, or a blend of both. Forza Horizon's Tamo Race Mode, the only Indian car in Forza made under the Tamo subdivision of Tata. Unfortunately, the brand itself was canned shortly after it debuted due to cost-cutting measures, and also probably the fact that no one would have spent a significant amount of money on this even in India. Gran Turismo 5 and 6 features the Ferrari SP1, a one-off Ferrari based on the F430. It was commissioned by a Japanese guy that at the time was the boss of Japan's Ferrari club, and it only made an appearance in Gran Turismo. Now this car, I still don't know why Polyphony added it in, but it's a silly choice. The Toyota Hi Medic from Gran Turismo 7, based on the H200 generation Hiace. It first appears in Gran Turismo 7 as part of update 136, and is available for free in the Brand Central. The example in-game is based on the model used by the Fukuoka City Emergency Services. In NASCAR Rumble for the PS1, certain tracks have hidden shortcuts that hold collectibles to unlock special cars. A front loader, sprint car, jet car, tow truck, and chicken truck. And they all have different designs based on the car class you run in. In Test Drive 5 for the PlayStation 1, you could unlock a dozen bizarre Easter egg joke vehicles, which largely were tributes or piss takes to cars that developers either owned or created. Like the Hot Dog, Chris's Beast with massive exhaust pipes, Behold the Mighty Mall, or a tricked out Nissan Pathfinder named the Fear Factory Wagon, which is named after one of the featured bands on the soundtrack. Project Gotham Racing 4 has a turbine superbike. In Ridge Racer 4, you can drive the Pac-Man car. The ASYM Descent from Driver SF. It's a fictional car that's used in the game whenever they need to blow up a car that's not a truck or a van.
Time's up, Carl.
Why? You said I had a minute.
Goodbye, Carl.
You can actually download a mod to use this car. In Need for Speed Rivals, one of the mid-game cars you could unlock is the Spano GTA, a Spanish supercar that has used the engine from the Dodge Viper and then was supercharged. The car was even featured in the Need for Speed movie. Not many were built though. Their original plan was 99 models to be built, but in the end there were only 12 models made. The light car company Rocket. For sports cars in general, open-wheel cars are already an oddity, let alone in video games. Even the brand itself is quite obscure, only producing 55 of these models. In video games, I don't think the Rocket debuted anywhere else other than GT6. But you know what's also quite obscure? The UPS van in NASCAR.
What do you mean there's a UPS truck? Oh, yeah. There's no way that's real. This is peak gaming. Like, I think all racing games peaked when you could drive as a UPS truck in NASCAR 2006. You get the wall. Oh no! What the? Why are we still green? How are we still green?
This Trident Insani, which appears in PGR2, what is essentially a diesel supercar. This was meant to be not only fast, but fuel efficient as well. However, the whole project would be a bust because of the fact that it was unreliable and expensive to make. The Panos AIV Roadster from the OG Midtown Madness, and it's also an R Factor 2. It should be noted that in R Factor 2, it's identified as a 1999 Panos AIV Roadster, while during its appearances in Midtown Madness 1 and 2, it's merely a Panos Roadster. AIV standing for Aluminum Intensive Vehicle, as the car consists of 70% aluminum, including the chassis and its construction from 1997 onwards. Originally built since 1992, and their chassis were stainless steel. Possibly they just shortened the name for the Midtown Madness games, as the first one came out 2 years after the car was updated into the AIV model. The 2004 Celine Focus appears in the Fast and Furious game. What is essentially a modified Focus SVT. The car only has 150 horsepower under its bonnet, but since the car got nitrous installed in it, the car can be capable of having 75 more horsepower. Another Focus worth mentioning is the FR200, which appears in Ford Racing 2 and 3. During the tuner culture in the early 2000s, Ford decided to jump in on the hype and hired the Ford Racing division, who did the FR500 project to make this model. Using the Focus as a base, the car not only had unique looks, but it was really quick. There were 3 prototypes made, but due to the high costs of making one of these models, it never reached the production pipeline, and after the prototypes finished their show and testing duties, the project was effectively ended. In Top Gear Rally, you can unlock cars like a milk truck and a beach ball.
Oh yeah, that's right. The acceleration thing is a freaking milk thing too.
The Celine S281 Extreme Coupe from TDO1, as it is a conversion you only get from buying and modifying a Mustang, and is totally out of context for the game series to have such a mechanic. The 1997 Chrysler Phaeton is a very rare car in games. It's in Gran Turismo 2, and despite there not being a Chrysler dealer, the developers added the car in. Also a super early example of the retro cars craze of the late 90s to 2000s. A quirky car that you can find in Thuja Professional Racing is the 1999 Toyota Fun Cargo. The Fun Cargo was released together with the Toyota Vitz Yaris. Being the van version on the platform, it was also the facelift model which ran from 2002 till 2005. In TXR Drift 2, you could drive a Fiat Abarth 1000 TCR.
LOL? That is new behavior for me. A car that was actually two-wheeling. This car is an absolute beast in this game. Despite its like, you know, the fact that it's a Fiat 500 basically. Like, just look at this. Basically drives like a Porsche, like a Porsche 11 GT3 race car.
This game also contains a Nissan Sunny truck, which you rarely see in games, and also it is really broken in here. Now there are plenty of more cars that I could have added into this video. However, I think it's best if you go to the VGCE channel, as they have a big catalog of old unicorn cars and racing games. And thank you to Hone for sponsoring this video.